Hi guys, John with you, and like the title of this says, this is the final reveal of the ZVEZDA 1/35th scale Sherman M4A2, which is the 75mm version of that, only produced for Lend-Lease to Russia and also for the Marine Corps. They used it as well. Basically, the Marine Corps, they didn't need a larger gun. They didn't need the 76s going into the Tarawa and all those island hoppings, purely because the Japanese didn't have strong enough armour, really. They weren't going up against tough armour, whereas they needed the bigger guns in Europe and Africa and those places. So they needed the bigger guns for them. So these ones here with the 75mm gun was absolutely perfect for what they needed, basically, for the island hopping ones. Now, why they didn't give the 76mm guns to the Russians, I do not know. It's probably a political move, but then again, I do not know. I didn't do any damage, as in battle damage, to this kit. I basically just sort of made it out of the box. Give it a very, very sort of straightforward paint job, not too much chipping or weathering either. And the reason is basically just to kind of show you what this kit is, what you get in this kit, you know, give you ideas on for yourself if you're thinking of getting it, and what you can do with it, you know. Sort of once you've seen it sort of built fully, then you can say to yourself, oh yeah, I'll get that now, and but I'll do this, and I'll do that, and I'll do the other to it, and mostly the other, and that it. But I just said I'd do it sort of out of the box, as straightforward as I possibly could, and just give it a kind of a decent enough paint job, okay. And so what I did was, if you've been keeping up with the channel, and for the weathering process, I just gave it basically a black wash. I gave it a bit of dot filtering with white and yellow ochre, more white than the yellow ochre, because I wanted to get a kind of I don't know what it's called basically, but it's a sort of a salting effect that say military vehicles sort of, they come out of they're sort of by the sea, shall we say, and in salty air and stuff like that would get wet with the sea, and as they come up onto land and all that, with the heat and the humidity, and the water sort of dries off very fast. It leaves a lot of the salt, and it kind of leaves a white sheen, okay, and that's really what I was going for on it, and I'm happy with how it turned out. Now, I might be wrong with that white sheen thing, but that's basically what I was going for. That's why I kind of gave it more white in the dot filtering. Gave it a couple of streaks. The streaks came out quite nice in it. I did use some darker colour. I have it here. I can't remember off the top of my head. I can't remember. Yeah, I used burnt umber. Okay. I find burnt umber absolutely perfect for rust streaks and things like that. I didn't give it very many rust streaks, purely like as I said. I mean, it's basically undamaged, but one or two, you will always get the one or two little spots of rust, and you know, when it comes out of the water and the water kind of drains off it, you're going to have the odd little streak, but very, very faint, and I don't know if you can make them out or not really, but they are there, you know. You can see it just around here, these very, very faint streaks, and you can see there the little blotching of the white and things like that. That was done with a dust coat. Basically, from about 12 inches away, I give it a spray of XF57 buff. Only the tiniest little bit of it, just to kind of build up a bit of dust spots, and also helped out with that salting on it, okay? Because, you know, that's roughly the kind of effect you're going to get. There's more of that kind of rust marks there, okay, down along the side of those welds there. It's a lovely kit, really, really is. What would I give it out of 10? I suppose I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Okay. It's not a perfect kit. For it to get 10 out of 10, would want to have individual link tracks. It would want to have workable suspension and all that. So you could, if I wanted to use that in a dyno, I could have it like that, and the wheels would be sort of, realistically going up over things like that. So it's really only kind of good for, say, sort of a static display or on a flat dyno. So if you wanted to kind of go into an undulating surface, it's not really ideal for that, for dynos. But for a Sherman 75, as far as I'm concerned, it looks fabulous. Really like the detail on it. The fit is absolutely beautiful. How everything goes together is really, really nice. Nice locator marks for anything you want to put onto it, or should I say not for anything you want to put it, but for all the parts that go onto it. Nice locating marks. I do like the way that the turret goes on. Okay, another way normally with turrets you've got that little bit of a cutout thing in the ring, but with this one here, watch this. You give it a little pinch, squeeze it in, and pop it off. Okay, and underneath then you've got the 3 tabs. So what you do is you sort of fit it into place, give it that little squeeze again, and there it's on. Okay, simple as that. So it is actually a lovely kit. I really, really do like this kit, and it's going to take pride of place now in my little collection of Shermans. I have a couple there, and I'm going to add that to them. Not really much more I can say about it. I've said it all throughout the builds. If you haven't watched any of the builds and this is your first time sort of coming to the channel or anything like that, go back over some previous videos, and I do sort of a reasonably step-by-step build-up of this. Show you sort of the parts and how they're kind of fitting together and what I've done with them. And that's basically how I do any of my videos. So if you go back there's quite a catalogue of different vehicles, and like I said, and like I've always said, and I will keep on always saying, I'm not a professional modeler. I'm not a competition modeler. I'm not going to tell you how to do things or anything like that. I will give you a couple of hints and tips that I've learned along the way, or I've developed on for the hobby modeler. I use very little shop bought products. I do most of them myself. As for washes, I make my own washes, and I don't use aftermarket. I do not buy aftermarket. I personally, I think it's unless you're actually entering competitions, or or you can afford it, then off you go, off buy your aftermarket. Fair play to you. But for most hobby modelers, okay, they're, say, retired gentlemen or ladies. I beg your pardon. I didn't mean to be sexist in that. Either retired gentlemen or ladies that and this is a hobby. So when it's a hobby, you don't want to spend too much money on it, but you want to get maximum enjoyment out of it. So therefore, if you can cut down on the amount of products you're buying, that means you save your money then for kits, and save your money then for spending on your grandkids and your kids and on yourself, most important. But there you go. There's a little ZVEZDA 1/35 scale M4A2 Sherman 75mm, and it's done as a US Marine Corps tank on Tarawa. So thank you very much for joining me for this build. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, smash the like button, and let me know in the comments what you think of it yourself. So until the next one, lads, I'm going to say enjoy your modelling, get out there and build some kits, take pleasure in what you do. That's the main thing. Take pleasure in what you do and enjoy what you do. Okay, I would recommend you go out and buy this kit. It's not very expensive. ZVEZDA kits, I find, are absolutely excellent value for money. Excellent value for money. You might get the odd bad one. I'm lucky enough now, I haven't come across a bad one yet, although the tracks for the Panther I'm not a lover of. I didn't actually make it myself. A friend of mine made it. He sent it on to me. He bought it, should I say. Took a couple of parts from it, tried a couple of different things for it, sent the rest of it on to me. So if I, either take parts from it, have it in my spares, or build it. And I tried to put the tracks together, and I had a major problems with the tracks. Now, I put that down to my skill level really at the time, but that's the only ZVEZDA kit that I did have an incidence with, shall we say. Now, I only did the dust coat there just a little while ago. I do have one or two tiny little things to finish off this kit. It's just basically lenses here for the two headlights and the spotlight, and that's it. That I just have to fit those, and then literally then it's totally finished. But that is all I've got to do to it. I hope you liked it. I certainly did. And go out and buy yourself one, build it, and enjoy it. This is John signing off. I'll catch you on the next one. Stay tuned to the channel, and by hitting the bell, you'll be notified as soon as I upload another video. So until then, lads, bye bye.